What are your greatest influences in animation and filmmaking?
Especially Norman McLaren, because the first time I go to see animated film, it was because the Annecy Film Festival. When I start to make animated film, there are not a lot of festival, and we cannot see animated film in TV or maybe on theater, only cartoon. But I was not influenced by cartoon, I was influenced by the film I can see in Annecy, and also Norman McLaren, because we can see Norman McLaren in Cine Club and a different place.
What's your creative process?
I made a lot of line tests before I made the storyboard to make a dossier to find some financial and etc. But I like to have a good, precise idea of my film with line test before I made storyboard.
And do you work using references such as model?
Yeah, yes, my early film I use live action, like we call it rotoscope for 2 film, and then I stopped this technique because it's very good, but limited with live action. So, but I use picture, photography, and more painter and also I draw some sketches when I travel, etc.
Would you consider your animation experimental?
Not really experimental. I think it's good to experiment when we made film to change but few of my film we can told them it is a little bit experimental, but almost sometimes I try to tell a story, or sometimes it's just a visual idea. So very few can be experimental.
Kanye West published this image in his Instagram, and have you seen anything about it?
Somebody asked me if I agree they use these images to make a cover, and I was very proud, very happy to, because I don't know this group, but my film was made in 1981, long time ago, and I was very happy they use these images. And maybe it was 6 or 5 years ago, I don't know, but quite recently a girl asked me by mail, from America, and asked me if I agree to use these images to make a tattoo. So I was very happy again, and I asked her if she do it, to send me images for my daughter, because my daughter made a lot of tattoo. And she do it.
We have a cine club of animation here in the school. Mm-hmm. What movies would you recommend us?
I like very much the short film of Igor Kovalyov. For example, Milch or Before Love, the 2 last ones, but also the other film he made before. I like very, very much this. And of course, all the film of Norman McLaren, not all, but a lot of. And there are a lot of good animators.
When you're studying arts at École de Beaux-Arts et des Arts Décoratifs, pardon my French.
Yes.
Were you already thinking of working in animation?
Not at the beginning, but in the art décoratif to study graphic designer, one of our teacher, he made animation film like not professional, just for fun, and he know Annecy Film Festival. He talk about that, and then I go in this festival. Maybe it was in 65 or 65, yes, when I was still in the art school. And then with a friend of me who was in the same graphic class, we decided to make, maybe in the future, to make animated film. And we start to make, in the free time, to make animated film, but I worked 5 years in an advertising agency, and then in 70 we start to be independent and to make animated film.
And would you like to work digitally one day?
When the first film made by computer, digital, it was very ugly, and I think it's maybe good for army or video game, but not for made film. But it was a mistake, because now we can do, of course, very bad film, but also very beautiful film with computer. And if I don't use, it's because I cannot, it's difficult for me to understand how to use computer. And also because I prefer to paint with paper or cello than be on the computer all the day.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Yes, that's it. Thank you very much. That's all my questions.